Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be kind of me sharing my heart with you about my two births. Now, if you are seeing this video and you haven't seen my two previous videos that I made about my two boys' births, I want you to stop. I never tell people to stop my videos, but I want you to stop and go down in the description box and watch those two first. Otherwise, there's going to be lots of spoiler alerts. First, you need to watch my now 6-year-old son Caleb's birth story, and then you need to watch my 4-year-old son Braden's birth story, and then this video will make sense. And when this video goes live, I'm going to go ahead and link it in the description of those two videos as well. I hope that's not too confusing. So if you're just seeing this, you can go down below, or you can click up here and I will put Caleb's on there and it'll lead you to Braden's, and you get the idea. So I didn't write down what I was going to say, so I'm hoping this isn't too long. I'm hoping I'm not rambling too much. But my first son's birth was an induction because of high blood pressure, and it started on a Tuesday night and he was born on Friday morning a little after midnight. So it was an extremely long labor. I did not have any like epidural or anything like that. That you need to see the whole story in his birth story, otherwise this is not going to make sense. And he was eventually born through a C-section when I was under general anesthesia. So I missed out on his whole, first hour of life or so. My second son was a scheduled C-section, and thank the Lord, I was able to receive a spinal block and be awake for his whole birth, which was fantastic. But you know what? I know there's all these birth wars, and it's ridiculous how mommy wars are. And I've heard things said that like C-section births aren't true, you didn't work hard for that, and C-section it's a surgery. It's a surgery, and 8 weeks later, 6 to 8 weeks, or however many weeks later, moms are expected to go back to normal routine like nothing happened, and they just had their abdomen cut open. C-sections are births, okay? I am so thankful that we have the technology to have C-sections. Otherwise, there would probably be a lot of dead babies. Caleb's cord was wrapped around his neck. Sure, I'm glad I didn't have him vaginally. Man. Braden was 38 weeks and 2 days and 8 pounds 12 ounces. And imagine if I had gone to 40 or beyond and not able to push out my first. I would definitely be in an emergency C-section situation if I couldn't push him out. It's just crazy to think of all these situations, and I've rationalized these in my head for years because I have a very strong desire. I had a very strong desire to actually push a baby out of me. And I really wanted that to happen. I wanted to have an easy recovery. I wanted to be able to bounce back a little bit better. I did not want to have surgery. You kidding me? There have been a lot of times when I've just had to push away those thoughts of, you didn't really do it. You laid down and they gave you some medicine and you got all groggy and they cut you open and gave you your baby. Those are lies. I mean, yeah, that's what happened. But it's so much more than that. I carried that baby. That's what I had to do to give that baby life. And when I had my first C-section, I remember in my pregnancy how I didn't read anything about C-sections. I did not know what was coming. Absolutely no idea. And so I was not prepared. So if you're pregnant out there and you don't want a C-section, good for you. They're not fun, but they do have their place. Go ahead, if you get a pregnancy magazine and it talks about C-sections in there, just go ahead and read it, because you never know if you're going to need it. because you can do all you can, like natural and whatever, and you may need to have that life-saving C-section. You never know. So go ahead and read up on it, even if you think it won't happen to you, because that is exactly what happened to me. I thought, that won't be me. I don't need to read about that. Yeah. There have been a lot of times when I wondered if I had done one thing differently, would I still have had a C-section? I think this applies in a lot of areas of life when it's in the past and we start thinking about it. I know that there is absolutely nothing I could have done differently. We exhausted every method of that obstetrics has to get Caleb out. The biggest thing that I think, just knowing my body and what I was going through, and this is another video that I'll link up here that I didn't even think about until right this minute, but the main reason why I wasn't able to push out Caleb is because of my spinal fusion. I have another video where I talk about my scoliosis surgery that was 17 years ago. Crazy, 17 years ago. My entire back is fused from T4 to L4. And so almost all of my back is just one. It does not move. There is no flexibility at all. It's just straight. And I didn't feel like when I was pushing out Caleb that I could bear down enough. There have been times when I've thought, well, maybe you could have. Maybe you could have. But those thoughts I just have to push out because they're not fruitful. They are not applicable because I have two little boys who are so healthy and so sweet and so special and so smart that I know I did everything I could. And I know those doctors, and my doctors in particular, I'm not going to talk about every doctor, but those doctors that I have were top notch. I would recommend them to anybody. And I know that they did what was best. They did not push me to a C-section because it was convenient for them. This was an absolutely last resort thing. And I did what I knew was best for my children. And it was the first of many choices that, you know, as a mom you get shamed for. And sometimes we just have to look at people, and when people say stuff, and 99% of the time they just really don't even know what they're talking about when they start spouting stuff. And so if you are a mom out there who had a C-section and you really, really, really wanted a vaginal birth, I see you, I get you. Your birth may have not gone how you planned it, but if you know at the end of the day that you did everything that was right for your child, that first choice that you made, then you need to rest in that. And there may be times, because this still happens, it happened the other day in the shower, that, you know, your mind starts wandering, you start thinking, you know, why couldn't my body do this? And whether or not there's actually a reason, sometimes we don't know. My body was altered with surgery that didn't allow me to push out my kids, and that's how it was going to be. I almost wish I had known that before I started the birthing process with my first, but you had a baby, you have nourished that baby, you have taken care of that baby, and you are awesome. You did it. So don't let anyone else or yourself tell you otherwise. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope if you are a mama who went through C-sections, I don't want to say against your will, but or against your wishes, but you wanted something different and you didn't get it basically out of your birth. I hope that you're taking some comfort in this. I wish I could just give you a hug and a computer high five. I just want to encourage you today. If you like this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe if you want to see all the videos that I'm putting out lately. I'm putting out so many different kinds of videos. My channel is just all in different directions. But I always say these videos that I put on here are basically what just popped up in my head. And something, just whatever I wanted to talk about at the moment. So I hope you stay a while and enjoy this roller coaster that is my channel. And I hope you'll come back and watch more again later. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.